Welcome, dear viewers, to another electrifying deep dive on Mr. Magazine. Before we begin unraveling the astonishing crisis that erupted behind the glowing set lights of Aşk Kapıda, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, hit the like button, and if you want to support us even more, press that join button to become part of our ever-growing community. What you're about to hear is not just a simple disagreement, but a chain of events that brought one of the most anticipated productions of the season to a complete standstill. The past week on the set of Aşk Kapıda, starring Kerem, Bürsin and Hande Erçel, delivered a behind-the-scenes drama powerful enough to overshadow even the show's most intense on-screen moments. According to insiders, the production was forced into an unexpected 3-day shutdown after the leading actors refused, without hesitation, without compromise, to perform a newly written scene that they described as fundamentally disturbing and emotionally unacceptable. The controversy began when the scriptwriting team introduced a bold, boundary-pushing sequence intended to electrify ratings. Executives believed the story needed an explosive moment, something designed to dominate trending lists and dominate social media discourse. But instead of fueling excitement, this scene ignited a firestorm of discontent, testing the limits of professional patience and ethical boundaries within the entertainment industry. From the moment Kerem and Hande received the updated script pages, the previously cheerful, fast-paced energy of the set evaporated. Staff members described watching the actors' expressions shift from curiosity to disappointment as they read the revised scene. The shift in atmosphere was so sharp that even crew members not privy to the details immediately sensed something was wrong. The controversial scene, although framed by the writers as an emotionally intense moment, dramatically altered the dynamic between the two leading characters. It shifted the balance of power so drastically that it risked dismantling the consistent portrayal of the female protagonist, a role that viewers had embraced specifically for her resilience and emotional independence. Hande Erçel, who has long been vocal about representing empowered women on television, reportedly felt that the new direction betrayed the core identity of her character. According to insiders, she expressed that the scene would undo everything the audience had come to respect, replacing strength with humiliation, and intention with contradiction. Kerem Bürsin echoed this sentiment, arguing that the moment fundamentally clashed with the world they had worked so diligently to build since the first episode. Quick reminder from Mr. Magazine. If you're enjoying this exclusive report, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to support detailed stories like this. And of course, tapping join helps us continue bringing you the hottest behind-the-scenes leaks. In the hours following their initial reaction, Kerem and Hande held a meeting with the director and the head screenwriter. They offered solution-oriented feedback, adjusting dialogue, reframing the emotional stakes, removing specific gestures that distorted the narrative's tone. Their suggestions weren't superficial, they were thoughtful revisions intended to preserve the emotional integrity of the story. However, their concerns were met with strong resistance. The production team insisted the scene remain nearly unchanged, citing directives from the network. Executives reportedly demanded a moment guaranteed to provoke debate, under the belief that controversy would equate to audience growth. That insistence triggered the breaking point. Eyewitnesses recount that the pair delivered their decision with calm clarity. "We will not film this scene in its current form." Kerem is said to have followed with, "I have maintained professional boundaries for years. I will not let a character, mine or my colleagues, be sacrificed for attention." Hande's reasoning stemmed both from artistic principle and personal conviction, noting that portraying women as powerless for shock value was a narrative she refused to endorse. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. Right as the crew prepared the cameras, adjusted lighting, and positioned extras, the two leads walked off the set. The scene, intended to be a promotional highlight, was shut down on the spot. Production executives scrambled into emergency conference calls, and a flurry of conflicting instructions left department heads confused and powerless. The director reportedly spent hours in the trailer, uncertain whether to continue filming or halt everything. Day 1 passed in a haze of uncertainty. Many believed this was a temporary misunderstanding, that the team would compromise overnight and resume shooting by morning. But dawn arrived without progress. On day 2, the writing department worked through the night, generating multiple new versions of the controversial scene. Each revision was sent to the actors, but none successfully repaired the damage caused by the original concept. Some rewrites made the situation worse, placing excessive emotional responsibility on the female character in a way that Hande rejected entirely. By the third day, not a single frame had been filmed. Makeup artists waited by their chairs, costume staff hovered at their stations, grips leaned against equipment cases, and yet nothing moved. The story structure was so dependent on a controversial moment that no alternative scenes could be shot without creating narrative gaps. Rumors spread quickly among the staff. Network executives, panicked by the halt, allegedly pressured the leads to reconsider, insisting that the emotional intensity must survive. The actors reportedly remained unmoved, reiterating, "We will not compromise the integrity of these characters." This stance gained them admiration across social media, where fans applauded their refusal to normalize scenes that diminished female characterization. Critics, on the other hand, accused everyone, actors, writers, network, of bending to ratings pressure. But the majority consensus online leaned toward respect. Kerem and Hande were defending narrative consistency and audience trust, not personal ego. Despite the mounting tension, crew members privately praised the actors for remaining kind, composed, and communicative. They reportedly reassured the team that their battle was with the script, not with the hard-working crew trying to keep the production afloat. Their message was clear. Hundreds of thousands of young people watch us. What we show them matters. Finally, after 3 full days of paralysis, a middle ground was reached. The original scene was not filmed. Instead, a new version, drastically edited, emotionally balanced, and stripped of the problematic elements, was written collectively with input from both actors. Instead of shock value, the revised moment leaned into emotional nuance, captured through strategic cinematography, symbolic lighting, and meticulously curated music. In the aftermath, a structural change took place within the production. Kerem and Hande requested advance notice regarding emotionally significant or controversial script developments. The production company agreed, increasing the frequency of script meetings and ensuring that pivotal narrative turns would be discussed with actors sooner, preventing last-minute surprises. Meanwhile, social media accounts exploded with speculation. Fan pages teased the conflict with cryptic posts such as 3 days of no filming, the reason will shock you. Some viewers called the actors' stance heroic, while others claimed the entire ordeal reflected unhealthy pressure from networks desperate for virality. But regardless of the public debate, one truth has emerged. This incident will likely be remembered as one of the most dramatic production crises in recent television history. What do you think, dear viewers? Were Kerem Bürsin and Hande Erçel justified in taking such a firm stand? Should actors intervene when a script crosses ethical or emotional boundaries? And which celebrity crisis should we unravel next? Don't forget to subscribe, tap join, smash that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your voice shapes the future of Mr. Magazine. Stay tuned, more explosive behind-the-scenes revelations are coming soon.